you guys weren't in here before the game, but Steph said the team had grown up over the course of the season. Like, what about tonight is sort of that grown up win?
Yeah, I think we're just really resilient. I think we were down 8 going into the fourth, and we kind of just put our head down and kept plugging away. And I felt like we played like a kind of like a B- game. Like, it wasn't our best. Obviously, we probably didn't shoot the ball all that well. 25% from 3 and 44 from the field, and obviously left 6 points at the free throw line. But we knew going into halftime a lot of the stuff that we talked about pregame that were keys to win, like we just weren't doing. We were fouling. We had some costly turnovers, and then they had points off of O boards, and that's how this team beats you, is simply by getting to the free throw line and getting O boards and putbacks. And I thought we cleaned it up in the second half, or at least beat them in those categories. I think we had 12 second chance points to their 7, and then I think we made one more free throw than them, and then had 22 points off of turnovers. So just proud of our group, super resilient. I thought our zone defense really bothered them there when we went to it in the fourth quarter. And we threw a lot of different things at them, and that's what you got to do when the other team has a lot of really talented players. So just proud of us.
Hey, during this last stretch of 4 games, what have you liked? What have you liked most about the way that you guys have played, and how in tune are you to standings, seedings? Do you kind of pay attention to where you guys are, especially as you face other teams that are kind of like in that mix with you?
Yeah, I think you gotta take it with a grain of salt, and we're all aware of the standings and the seedings. I think we're not constantly checking exactly where we are, but I think coming into tonight, you're going game by game, and every single game's gonna matter. That's what's so great about this league. There's 44 games, and at the end of the day, you can't let one slip, because that's the difference between hosting 2 games in the first round or going on the road for the first game or 2 games in the first round. So obviously this was a big one. I think now the series is split 2-2. So this was a really important one for us to come in and get, and that's kind of like the story of this whole road trip, is this is the last matchup with a lot of these teams that we have, and a lot of these teams are really good, and possible teams will maybe see in the playoffs. So I think you're not looking at the full picture of where we are exactly in the standings, but coming into each night, we know how important that win is to hopefully get home court advantage in the playoffs.
KK, not too bad of a night for a kid from Edison. What was it about this evening that just made everything seem a lot easier?
Just my confidence. I got a lot of people in the crowd, cheering me on today, and I appreciate that support. I gave them a great game today, so
yeah, you
super
did.
Excited and blessed about that. But overall, just my confidence in doing it for my team.
Okay. Clarissa Shields last night did her thing, won her match in history in different weight classes. She actually spoke with her. She spoke reverently about you and women's sports and how far it's gone. What do you think about Clarissa Shields, and also just the expansion of what she's done for women's basketball? For boxing.
Yeah, I don't know much on that. Sorry.
Question for you. I just want to, get your viewpoint on KK's growth throughout the season. Steph mentioned it's been critical to your team in the pregame press. So I'm curious, how do you thought she played tonight, especially against Atlanta having multiple front court players that are hard to kind of balance?
Well, we were trying to do a lot of different things defensively, first of all, and I think that's KK's greatest strength, is her defense, her length, her athletic ability. It's a tall task for somebody obviously KK didn't get a lot of minutes last year, so this is a lot just kind of getting thrown at her. And our scouts can be complicated at times, but I thought Steph made a great point in the locker room after the game. This felt like a playoff game with the little adjustments you're making, 1, to start the game, and then 2, as the game goes on. You have to find little tweaks and little ways to win. And even by the way we went to the zone and things like that. KK guarded every single player that played tonight, from their point guard to Angel Reese, their post player, and I think that just speaks to her versatility. So I think she's worked really hard. She's very curious and wants to learn, and is always in the gym getting better, and just has that mentality that she just wants to serve her teammates, and that's the best thing you can have as a young player, and it's really showing. And I think she's really just scratching the surface, so it's really fun to share the court with her, honestly.
Yeah. For KK, people talk about your athleticism a lot, obviously, as Caitlin just did. Did you feel that in overtime, especially when you had that play off of Kelsey's missed shot, the putback, that you jumped up for your putback? How do you feel your athleticism, especially finding a different gear in overtime?
I mean, when we watch film as a team, I mean, they tell us, just throw it up to me. You know, anywhere it goes, I mean, I'm going to go up and get it.
At their feet, throw it up.
Yeah, just throw it up to me, and I'm going to go get it. You know, I do everything I can for my team, for sure.
All right, we're going to wrap up with the two in the back here. Unfortunately, we're a little late for our plane, so.
So, series tie, and every time the Atlanta Dream and any other people play, there's fierce competition. One of the biggest rivalries in sports, not just WNBA. What do you think about the competition between the Fever and the Dream, and what does it mean for the overall women's sports overall?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's great competition across the league. I think, you know, obviously they're a very talented team. I feel like every matchup we've had this year has been really close and has been a battle. And obviously they were down their point guard tonight, and that's tough. It's hard to overcome something like that. But I thought they played really well. They're well coached. They do a lot of really great things. Obviously, Ryan and Gray, like, they're two of the best guards in the league. And obviously with Ryan's size, it poses a lot of problems with just her length. So. You know, obviously this is a team that will, you know, be scary in the playoffs. They're great at what they do. They have a lot of different weapons, but I think for us, like, these are the games you get up for. Like, that's what's fun about competition. You know, you want to play the best. It brings out the best in you, and I thought we stepped up to the challenge, and we're really good in that tonight.
Just to follow up, is it just their length, or because like you mentioned that
Yeah.
most of the games are close this year, and I'm wondering what is it? I know you guys don't score 100 every game, but what
Yeah.
is it that makes it more challenging to play the Dream?
I mean, I think they're physical. They're in the passing lanes. You know, I think they have quite a few different defenders they can run at you. Obviously, Canada didn't play tonight, but like, she's one of their better defenders. Ryan's one of their better defenders. And then like, they can play smaller, and then they can come in and they can bring Okada off the bench. Like, they just have so many different looks. And when you're on the offense, you're constantly trying to analyze the game and see what's open and how can you manipulate. And that's hard when you're getting a ton of different looks, and he can bring different people off the bench and run different defenders at you. So I think it's just their versatility more than anything. Thanks.
Thanks.